Welcome to Tea with Lilibet. In this video, I'm going to be delving back into my wardrobe and consider replacing my existing trench coat with something of better quality. If you've watched some of my previous wardrobe declutters, you might remember that I've been wanting to replace a number of my outerwear pieces. With it being autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, it was the perfect time for me to hunt around for some new trench coats that might be coming available. And I found two that I absolutely love that I want to show you today. They're both from a brand called Sézane, which is a French-based brand, and they're both absolutely beautiful. One of them is a more traditional style, which is called the Scott trench coat, and the other one is the Clyde. And I ordered the Scott in the camel and the Clyde in the beige and the camel to try on to see if I wanted to keep any of those. This Sézane clothing is so beautifully packaged. It is. It's one trench, and this is the beige trench, and they've given me this bag here. Bonjour. Got a little tote bag that they've given me. It's beautiful. The first thing I want to do is show you my old coat. So this is my original trench coat. It's by an Australian brand called Elka Collective. They do have pretty nice quality things. This one I bought on Facebook Marketplace. I think I got it for around $60 or $80, but originally it would have sold for around $300 or $400 Australian dollars. It's a really light beige color. It's got the strap with the button on the shoulder. It has a flap on the left-hand side. It doesn't have a storm flap at the back, but it's kind of created a nod to it by just adding this little bit of fabric with the seam, but it's actually not a storm flap. There's no strap and button on the sleeve, which is a traditional element they've left out. It's also got a split at the back here, which is another element that you find in trenches, although more traditional trenches have bigger splits with buttons that you can open and close. I do like the color of this trench, and I really like these brown tortoiseshell buttons. It's an oversized style, and it's very shoulder heavy, and sometimes I feel just a little bit bulky in it, but the coat itself is a really lightweight coat, so it doesn't really give you much warmth, and so it's not that handy for autumn. So you can see it's quite a thin, lightweight strap. There's no buckle on it. And I find because the strap is so light, it doesn't really keep its shape, and it bunches up quite a bit. But I have really enjoyed having a trench, and I've just found it's really handy just living in an apartment as well. If a package arrives and I have to go downstairs, I can literally throw this thing on over my pajamas and put some sneakers on it and go and pick it up. So yeah, I really enjoyed using it, but I want to get something that's a bit better quality. I've just laid out the two styles of trenches on the bed. So this is the Scott here. I got it in the size 36, which is an Australian 8. Instead of sitting on the shoulder, the button on the collar sits towards the base of the neck, which I think makes it look a little bit less bulky. And you can actually undo that, and you can put a bag in there, secure the bag. It's got this beautiful, quite firm collar, the tortoise buttons, and it's got a button inside here as well, so it will really keep you secured from the weather. It's got the traditional strap around the wrist. It's not adjustable, but it does sort of taper in a little bit. And this is the strap. Like the Elka Collective trench, it doesn't have a buckle, unfortunately, but it is a little bit of a stiffer, firmer fabric, and it's a wider strap as well. It's got these beautiful, pretty deep pockets. And then inside it's got this beautiful lining that's very soft. I'm just going to turn it over and look at the back. The back of the trench is missing the storm flap, that one traditional element it hasn't included. One of the great things about this design is it's got a button that secures the strap. You can see that there. So it allows the strap to move a little bit, but it does secure it. And then it's got this gorgeous split with 3 buttons, I think. So you could let a little bit of air in. It'll stop you from overheating if the weather's wet. So this is the Scott trench in the camel. Just keeping it open for now. And as you can see, the straps don't move, which is fantastic. It's a great length for me. It's a little bit shorter than the Elka Collective trench. It's quite a few shades darker. It's definitely a camel, not a beige, which has some advantages in terms of keeping the coat clean. But I have to admit that I do really like having a beige trench. The fit feels really good. I could definitely get at least a lightweight jumper and another layer under here so that I could extend the use of this trench into winter if I wanted to. I feel really good. I feel like this would be great for work. And the other way you can wear this is just tying the tie in the back. And yeah, I love this look. I could see this trench fitting really easily into my life and with my wardrobe. It's a classic look, it's timeless, and beautiful. And next I want to show you the Clyde. I thought I'd show you the Clyde in the same color. This is the camel, and people say that this is often more like a traditional Mac coat, but it is called a trench. So it has a beautiful, simple shirt collar, but quite wide, and 6 buttons down the front, beautiful deep pockets, and there's a split at the back there. No buttons on the split. The shoulder it's a drop shoulder in a way. The seam goes in front of the shoulder. And then it's got this beautiful detail on the sleeves. So the lining is a beautiful check. It's like a blue and green or blue and brown and beige check, which is absolutely gorgeous, and it extends into the sleeve. And when you turn up the sleeve, you get this beautiful little trim showing, and I believe it's meant to be worn with the sleeve shown, because if I let the sleeve down, it really is a bit too long for me. I should also mention that both styles are made of 100% cotton, but the linings are slightly different. For the Scott, the lining is 50% acetate and 50% viscose, and for the Clyde, the lining is 60% cotton and 40% polyester. It is a longer coat, but the great thing about this is, I think I can get a little bit more layers underneath it. It's very comfortable, and I feel like it would really suit my style as well. So, yeah, what do you guys think? Which one do you like better? Before you decide, let's try on the beige. Okay, this is the Clyde in the beige. Same size, UK Australian 8 or a 36 European. It's got exactly the same color lining. It's the same coat, it's just a lighter color. And I feel like this is very similar to the color of my existing trench. Maybe the Clyde has a little bit more warmth to it than the Elka. Maybe a little bit more yellow in the beige. But yeah, I can see this being really easy to throw on, and weekends, work, going down to the shops, running around, whatever I need to do. With my brown bag, it feels like a wider sleeve. It's more of a relaxed fit all over. The fact that it doesn't have this detailing helps to give it that sort of A-line shape. I feel it's quite chic. I'm really struggling to decide between the two Cézanne trenches. I love them both for very different reasons. The Scott is more of a traditional style. I love all of the detail in it. It's a great length for me. It has a beautiful structure to it, but it doesn't feel confining and too stiff. I could see it being a really practical and useful item to have. And when I put it on, I feel really elegant. I feel really smartly dressed. I just feel put together. The Clyde is completely different. It's less structured, it's more flowing. It has a simple elegance to it that I really like. It feels like the kind of coat that I would throw on to go to the shops or to a cafe and feel really comfortable in, but still enjoy wearing because it's just so gorgeous. The shape of it, the beautiful lining that shows through when you turn up the sleeve or when you open the coat. It just feels so nice to wear. And I'm really thinking about hanging on to both coats because they're just so beautiful. I know that's not a very practical choice for me, but right now I'm struggling to decide between them. I also really like my Elka Collective trench, but to me, in comparison to the Cézanne, it's just not the same quality. It feels much more like a fashion piece that isn't meant to last. So I can really see that in a year or 2 or 3 years, it's not going to be looking as good as it does now. As I've mentioned in this video, I'm looking for good quality pieces that will last, that I won't have to replace in a few years. And I think these two Cézanne trenches will really fit that bill. So please let me know what you think in the comments. If you like the Clyde trench, which color do you prefer, the beige or the camel? Or do you like the Scott trench on me and think that that's the one that I should keep? Do you think I should just hang on to the Elka trench and wear that thing out before I buy a new one? So yeah, I would love to know your thoughts. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing how I am elevating and leveling up my wardrobe. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help my channel. And if you're new to Tea with Lilibet, I would love to welcome you as a subscriber. So thanks again for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.